good, Glam Squad? Welcome back to the channel, and we're here for part freaking 2 of the story time of when my freaking ex had a baby. We found out he had a baby. So here we go. Let's get back into part 2. So part 1, where we left off, we were talking about how he had like come over and he had set the laptop in front of me after I had just been chilling, eating my food, and you know, was on the couch. It's football Sunday, we kicking it. He editing videos or so I think, and he come and sit this damn thing in front of me. I don't know who this is from, but we about to see. So the message said something along the lines of, it was from this girl, and she was saying like, hey, are you gonna take care of your kid? And something about Christmas time. And I look at the picture. What the hell is this? Who the hell sent this? So the baby was a beautiful, beautiful baby girl, and he was light skinned, and he had light brown eyes, and he was born in Europe, but he was an islander. And his mother was an islander too, and she had these pretty green eyes like Rihanna. And guess what that baby had? Those pretty green eyes like Rihanna. So, and y'all know in the black community that's very rare. So he looks at me and he goes, like looking like he all depressed, and I want to smack the living daylights out of him. And because I had flashbacks of what was what, you know, at the doctor's office. So I'm looking at him while he looking depressed, and I'm like, and y'all, I'm real chill in relationships, so if I yell, it's a problem. And ironically, every relationship gave me something to yell about, because ninjas be bringing up problems. So anyway, looking at the baby, I look at him and I'm like, who else them green eyes come from? That baby looked just like you. Stop playing with me. He was like, you think so? I don't think so. So I was like, stop playing. That baby looked just like you. So anyway, so we hashed it out. We had that conversation where I'm just like, so what were you talking about when you told my cousin that you might have had a baby? Don't act like you didn't know now. I didn't know. I said, what happened? So he explained to me, and his mother had to explain to me too because she was there. Him and the girl had been dealing, because the baby was about 2 years old then, one and a half. So obviously him and the girl had been dealing over 2 years ago because, you know, 9 months pregnancy, whatever. So he was like, they lived together, stuff popped off, they just were both firecrackers, it ain't work. And she was so upset with him, or didn't like him so much, that like when it was time for her to have that baby, she was like, she don't want him. She tried to let him come to the hospital, but I guess he aggravated her so bad that she was like, get him out of here, period. And he was just like, I can't even see the baby. And the hospital people was like, you know, they're in favor of the mother, get out. Like, and so his mom tried to call, nobody could get in touch with her no more, and he just figured it wasn't his baby, because also I believe she was like dealing with another guy, and I don't think they knew who was who. So personally, I think the mom had to figure out who the baby looked like. No judgment, she ain't never do me no dirt, but I think that's what may have happened, because there was another guy in the picture, if I'm not mistaken. So anyway, they put him out, he went on, and he was just like, what? I think he went on about his life and was just like, whatever, if it was my baby, I would have known, she would have hit me up, whatever. She might have did a DNA test with the other dude and whatever. So anyway, that happens. And so a couple more days go by, and you know, I check in on the situation because I told you I don't leave nothing unsolved. I'm like, so what you gonna do? He was like, yeah, she wants to like meet up and come over here. And I was like, she's not coming over here, because by this point I was pretty much basically living there. He bought everything for me. The only thing he didn't do was pay my phone bill, because I had to kind of have some like sort of independence. So yeah, I was like, she's not coming over here. Like, absolutely not. You can meet her somewhere else. So he met her outside at the park, and way far in the middle of the complex. He saw the baby, he talked to her, and you know, they just kind of like hashed stuff out to see what was what. And he was just like, I was like, you know, is there any possibility that you want to be with her? Like, you could be honest with me. And he was like, nah, she's up and this and the third, and she's evil. Da, 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 da. And back then, y'all, I'm 19, so I call my mama and I'm like, Mom, this was going on. Da, 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 da. I be telling my mama everything, okay? I'm like, Mom, blah 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 blah. So my mom be getting the tea, honey. So my mom goes, what he say? I said, he said she the B word and he'd never, you know, go back with her or whatever. And my mom was like, be careful, because them same ninjas that be talking about a girl calling her a B word will be smashing her the next minute. And I was like, he would never do that. Da, da, da. Like, y'all, I was so confident in myself. I was like, he would never. And in my mind, I'm like, he would never leave this for that. Like, please. And it's not that the girl was a bad looking girl. She wasn't. She just wasn't like dolled up. Like, you know, I stayed, like, I've been dolled up, been with, you know, I used to have bundles before bundles was even really a thing. Like, just nails all done, cute clothes, fresh shoes, not a scuff on my shoes. That's just how it was. So I was like, nah, da, 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 whatever, like, please, he'd be crazy. So my mom was like, okay. So anyway, through the midst of this, he goes and meets my mom for the first time. And when he was talking to her, they was joking around or whatever, and then he was asking her, she was asking him what he do for a career. So he had told her or whatever, and he was like, yeah, I'm just trying to save up for this new camera. And then he was like, yeah, but could you buy it or whatever? And now my mama lived in a good, like, we lived in a nice house, like at my mama's house, and I still had a room there because, you know, my mama, she would never like put me out, like, so I always had a room there if I wanted to go back. It was still stuff in my room, everything. So she looked at him like, what? And from that day forward, I knew she didn't like him, because she was just like, this dude just met me this day, asked me to buy him a camera. And I'm like, I had never seen him act like that, y'all. So I was like, what the hell? Like, we and her both looking crazy in the face, like, huh? Like, he had money, like, what? Like, he wasn't balling out of control, but, you know, his bills was paid. So anyway, he would like, so after that or whatever, we go on and we you know, go back home, whatever. And, you know, I decided I wanted to move like permanently with my uncle for a while. So I moved in with my uncle, and I forgot why I made that decision, but I don't think it had anything to do with him. I think I wanted to move with my uncle because, I don't know, I think I wanted like my own kind of independence, because we were like kind of becoming one, like a blob or something like that. I really can't remember why I moved with my uncle, but it wasn't anything bad. It really wasn't. So anyway, I moved in, I'm living with my uncle, whatever, but I'm still over there, so it kind of just defeated the purpose. So I was paying rent over there and then staying with him. So I live with my uncle 15 minutes away now. So he, you know, acted funny or whatever, and I just started hearing from him less. We was arguing more, and I'm like, what's going on? So he just like stopped talking to me, y'all. So I let like a week go by, because I'm really, it's not that I'm patient, it's just that I'm busy. So, which is like really bad, like really bad. So I was like, yeah, whatever, I'll get up with him when I get up with him. So one day, you know how like you get to thinking about stuff, like you will let stuff, you know, be what it is, and then you get to thinking about stuff, and then you be like, you just feel that urgency to go do something now. So it was actually, I think it was 2 weeks later. Yeah, it had to be, because all this stuff transpired. So I went over to his house and I knocked on his door, and he opened the door and he was like, yeah. And I was like, why you not answering your phone, stupid? Like, and he was like, well, I was tired, I was sleeping. I was like, wake up, like wake up. So I walk in and I was like, we need to talk, turn on your lights, because it's late at night. So he turned on his lights, we talking. I'm like, and where you been? And he was like, you know, I was just taking my time.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
And I'm like, where you been? Like, stop playing with me, where you been? He was like, yeah, and I was like, tell me the truth, like, please. I'm like, please don't. I really can't stand to be lied to. I can't. I'm a cool chick, we can figure it out, maybe, but don't lie to me. So we're talking, and he proceeds to tell me that the 2 weeks that he was like hiding out from me and like just acting crazy or whatever, what he did was he decided to go over to her house, and they were playing house and trying to see if they could be a family again. And he was like, it didn't work. All the old issues came up. She's still a firecracker, I'm still a firecracker. It just didn't work. And I was like, okay, so y'all know what comes with that. So I was like, did you sleep with her? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, did you put your mouth on a, like, did you? He was like, yeah. I said, oh nah, dog. Oh no. So by that time, y'all, like, I just had lost like respect for him. So he, at that point, that's when it was like starting to really be over, like really starting to be over. So at that point, when it had started to be over, y'all, like we tried to still, we had a business together, so that we were working on building. So I was like, you know, we're gonna keep it business or whatever. But he started doing weird stuff. Like, I would work with his cousin, and like his cousin would record me, and he would then message me later when I got home and be like, yeah, you trying to screw my cousin, everybody knows you're the biggest, you know, hoe, and this, that, and the third. I'm like, what? I wouldn't touch your cousin with a 10-foot pole, and I wouldn't touch you again either. So it went left like that. Then he would do weird stuff, like being like, okay, I need to record a commercial for this, that, and the third, for I don't know what he would do it for. It would be like for his business or our business. So he would always ask or whatever. And when I went over there one time, y'all, like, let me tell you the passive aggressive type stuff he did. He had her over there and saying like, oh yeah, you guys are gonna film a commercial together. I swear to y'all, if I was the person I am today, back then, I would have started knocking his head off. Like, just like, that's how it would have went. It just would have went for you even thinking of trying me. And then like, so anyway, that's a toxic trait I used to have. I used to run up on dudes. Like, I was there, I run up, like it was run down night if you tried me on the right night. So anyway, he tried that or whatever, and you know, I ended up leaving. I was like, you know what, have a good one. So y'all, in the midst of all that, in between it, when it started getting like bad towards the end, when I think that like we tried it right after that again, because he was like really sorry and this, that, and the third. But by then I had seen all his toxic traits. He started like trying to yell at me for wearing weave every time he got high, and I spent the night because he would smoke weed or whatever. Every time he got high, if I wore makeup or weave or whatever, he would be like, I just wanted you to wear your natural hair because it's pretty and it's curly and da 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 da. And I'm like, I get that, but you don't tell a woman what to do. Like, my body, my rules, my hair, my rules. If I want to wear a wig, I'm gonna wear a wig. If I want to wear my natural hair, that's what I'm gonna wear that day. If I'm gonna wear makeup to enhance the beauty, that's what I'm gonna do. So we would argue all the time. His mama would hear us. One time he tried to hit me. I had put a knife on him one time. I had pulled all my clothes out because I had just been keeping a Tupperware container over there, and I left. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, he was like, because I was 19, maybe I was 20 by that time, because we didn't date too long. It was maybe like a year and a half. Year and a half. So by that time, y'all, he had like found out I was like just the sweetest thing. I was sweet as pie. Like, there was sometimes, y'all, he would be so mean to me. I would like lay in bed and cry at night. He would fall asleep and I would just cry, and I know he hurt me. And I would just feel like, yo, like, what? That started eating my feelings, getting bigger while I was dating him. And I was like, you know what, I'm going home. So I went back to my mama's house. And because, you know, my uncle, he's older, and you know, dudes sometimes they just don't understand that kind of stuff. So I went home to my mom, and let me tell y'all, every year I do the Howard homecoming with my cousins, my friends, all that. I haven't did it in a couple years now, but when I was younger, I did it every year. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I laid in that bed for weeks at a time in the dark in the basement, because that's where my room was. I didn't want to go nowhere. Like, it's like he broke me, y'all. I let that crusty, dusty egg on toothpicks break me. So it's one of the reasons why I'm so strong-willed when it comes to men. And when I be talking about it on my channel here, how like to never let a dude play you, because I've been like in very, very low places, and fortunately it does not get lower than that. Again, it gets low again, but not lower than that. But I don't ever want y'all walking into a trap, because if anything y'all can learn from my stories, which is why I'm telling them, because number one, it's entertainment. Number two, it happened to me, so I'm gonna talk about it because it's a form of therapy. And number three, it's a form of helping other people, so you can kind of see the signs before they come. Because yeah, if you let a dude try you, like you let him take an inch, they're gonna take a mile. A good dude, like, it's not going to be trying you like that. And you may have, I do understand there's exceptions where there's guys like they try you once, like a little try, and then they realize when you're not having it, you walking away, they realize it. But the ones where like it's just like they just don't get it, they won't get it, leave those dudes alone, sis. Like, ew. But anyway, you guys, actually, yeah, so let's fast forward up to date. So up to date, a couple years go by, maybe I'm like 26, 27 here. He hits me up or follows me on like Instagram, so he'll like get on my lives and watch, and I'm like, oh god. So yeah, I think he inboxes me, and we had a conversation. Did we have a conversation then? No, we didn't have a conversation then. So I had his number, and I didn't talk to him until maybe last year. So he tells me to hit him up in the inbox or whatever, and I was like, cool, whatever. So I hit him up or whatever, and he was like, we were talking on the phone, and he just didn't remember none of what he did to me.
Oh my god, stop fucking lying.
Now mind you, he was always high, and I was like, you know what, he could blame it on that, y'all. But here's the thing about it, like, you wasn't that daggone high. Like, you weren't that high where you didn't remember none of that. Like, you were crazy. You tried to hit me several times. Like, we'd be in a car, and he'd be driving sometimes, and I'd be on a passenger, and like he'd be smacking the dashboard next to me, trying to intimidate me, slapping walls next to me, all kinds of stuff like that. And I think that he's the one that made me like aggressive towards dudes for a little while, because I always felt like in defense mode, and I always be like, if you try me, I'm gonna get you before you get me, if I think you're gonna try me, which is such a bad way to be, like, unless you really have to be like that, but you want to get yourself out of that situation. So yeah, so he hits me up, we talk, he tells me that he moved to Atlanta, and he's asking me, can he fly me out or whatever. Sorry y'all, I'm looking at this time. Okay, it's 1 o'clock. So he's asking me, can he fly me out or whatever, and I'm just like, no. What? And yeah, so I think that before that or whatever, we were supposed to meet up to talk when he was in the area, and it was the day before Christmas, and we were supposed to meet up to talk and just hit a movie. And I was like, you know what, let me hear him out. He begged me, it's years later, like, you know, just please, you know, hear me out, whatever. And I'm like, all right, cool. So we were supposed to meet up that day. I didn't hear nothing from him, so I was like, you could have told me, like, if you want to spend Christmas with your kids or whatever, because by this point, y'all, he had 6 kids, okay, and one of the 6 kids.
Ooh, the ghetto.
And one of the kids he had, one of his baby mamas was a friend that he was friends with, that was a girl, while we were dating. And when I asked him, was there anything going on, he said no, but somebody I knew had put me on game and told me they had kissed one time. And I was like, and he was like, so I confronted him about it. He was like, who told you that? It was just a kiss, like it didn't count, like she don't want me and I don't want her. And I was like, nah dog, I'm not buying it. So like I said, they had a baby together, so I was right. Go with your first mind, you're always right. So anyway, he tried to come back around that time, and I want to fly you out to Atlanta, this and that. I'm like, no, you stood me up last time talking about you changed, like I'm so good. He was saying he was living with a girl, but she's the B word, and and y'all know where flashbacks was going at, right? When he called his baby mama, the first baby mama, the B word, and you know, but he was screwing her in the next minute and eating the caca. Like, no. So I told him, I said, and what you do oh, she crazy, she crazy. I said, and what you do to make her crazy? And I said, I'm not feeling that. I was like, I'm not feeling how you talking about her. I don't even know the woman, but I'm not feeling it. So anyway, long story short, you know, we had got off the phone because, you know, he was just like, yeah, you know, I do this and that, I'm around people that you want to be around, and you would be, you know, back to the belittling and this and the third. And I said, who said I want to be around famous people? Like, what? Y'all, that is like one of the last things I want to do. Cool if my career and what I'm getting into takes me around them, but my goal in life has never been like, I want to be best friends with like a famous person, because I really love my friends, you guys. Like, God gave you people you're supposed to have for the journey. They give you the people he gives you the people you need for your journey. So I'm well content in that, and I love my friends. And I personally don't think there's anybody that could like understand me how they do, because they've been here for certain things. But anyway, so when I heard that, I was like, look at this superficial crap. Like, I'm so good. I was like, you don't know me. Like, it's like 7-8 years later, you ain't know me then, you don't know me now. Like, we're not the same. Like, you're still you, and you have all those kids, and you're probably getting ate up by child support because you have to live with a woman. Like, we're so good, sweetie. We're so good. Save that plane ticket. It's about to fly me out to hell. Hell no. But anyways, you guys, that was one of my craziest story times about when I found out he had a baby. Well, we found out he had a baby. But anyways, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this story time right now. I love you guys so much. It's super duper late. I'm tired. If you have not followed me on my social media platforms, Dear Talent Love on Twitter, Talents Glam Squad on Instagram, Portia Mercedes on Facebook. Enter the $100 giveaway. Please do that if you want to win $100, you guys. Yeah.